Greetings and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Politics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. Greetings, everyone. Episode 198. Episode 198. What's after episode 198? 199. And then what's after episode 199? God willing, episode 200. All right. If you don't know by now, episode 200 will be live. I will do a live stream on YouTube for episode 200. We're going to style 3 rigs on episode 200. All right. It will be on YouTube. It will be 3 rigs, and that's because of my Patreon community. All right. If I was doing the live on Patreon only, it would be 3 rigs. But since I'm doing the live on YouTube only, I'm going to do 3 rigs based on my Patreon community. So I salute you gentlemen and ladies who have been part of the Patreon family for Seamless Style. The YouTube community, you can send a salute and a shout out to the Patreon members because they're the reason that you're getting the extra rig on episode 200. All right. So July 7th, that's a Sunday, 1 p.m. start time. All right. 1 p.m. start time, July 7th. Episode 200 will be a live stream. Now, of course, if for whatever reason you can't make the live stream, we will miss you. However, it will stay on the YouTube, so you'll be able to catch it later. But it's definitely not going to be the same experience as it would be as if you actually caught it live. Okay. But we still have a couple of weeks to go before we get to episode 200. Right now we're on episode 198, and episode 198 is a continuation of a previous episode. All right. As I stated on that episode, I was ready to do a Lenin episode, and I was having a difficult time narrowing things down. And what ended up happening was I ended up having enough Lenin suits alone, just Lenin suits, that I did a Lenin suits episode. Now, if you would like to catch that episode, it is exclusively on Patreon. Join the membership. It's only $5 a month. All right. But this is a continuation of the other ensembles that I put together for a Lenin episode. So this is, in hindsight, a part 2. All right. This is in hindsight a part 2 of John Lennon. All right. So we'll have 3 rigs for Patreon, 2 rigs for YouTube viewers, plus the ensemble I am wearing. All right. Now you will see some familiar pieces in this ensemble that I'm wearing, but that's okay. That's perfectly okay. We'll start at the bottom. These slippers here, Ralph Lauren Purple Label slippers. They are currently still on the website. They are 2024 slippers. They have the beautiful tropical bird on the vamp. They are made of Shatong silk, which is a silk popular for wedding dresses. All right. I went raw dog, no socks this time. All right. I brought out a pair of slim fit chinos in a seafoam green. All right. Beautiful taper here on these slim fit chinos, as opposed to giant baggy pants that apparently is a growing trend right now. That is horrible. Okay. I am a grown ass man. I'm not wearing overly baggy pants like that. That is ridiculous. I definitely am a fan of slim fit. I can co-sign straight fit, slim straight. Hell, I'll even co-sign classic fit. But nah, never. Negative. I will never embrace those pants. All right. I will never embrace those pants. I actually saw a clip of Bad Bunny. He was at, I'm trying to think, was it Louis? He was outside, so it kind of doesn't really matter to me where he was entering, but I want to say he was maybe entering a Louis Vuitton show or whatever it was. He had on what looked to be a linen suit in cream, jacket and pants, cream t-shirt, all right, probably luxury t-shirt. It looked of a high quality, it looked of a high thread count, but his pants were this big. As they came down, they got bigger and bigger. I'm like, it's got to be the ugliest I've ever seen in my life. I could not believe what I was witnessing. It's horrendous. This is atrocious. Like, who decided this was okay? And then what's worse is, it just goes to show, and y'all got to remember my age, all right? But it just goes to show how important when it came to the music industry, it just goes to show how important the A&R and the stylist were to the development of the artist, right? Because when you leave an artist to their own vices or to their own devices, they follow whatever the trend is. Oh, those pants are $2,200. I take them. So you only want the pants because you're part of the 1% of the country or the world that can afford them. Doesn't matter if you look like a idiot or not. That doesn't matter. Only 1% of the world or 1% of the country can actually afford to purchase these pants. And so that's why you want them. Got it. That makes all the sense in the world. Any hoot. I digest. Linen shirt, linen work shirt, matching linen tie, beautiful spring hues in these plaid patterns. And the piece de resistance for this particular ensemble, outside of the shoes, I would say, I think it's co-piece de resistance is going on in this ensemble. But the linen Norfolk sports coat, full Norfolk, 4-button, deck wash white, 100% linen, just a gorgeous piece. Again, a little long for my taste. I think I've spoken on this jacket before because this jacket made its first appearance last spring, summer, if I'm not mistaken. It's a little long for my taste, but hey, other than that, it's a great piece, man. It's a great piece, easy to style. It's 100% linen, so 90, 92, 93 degree weather, I can still step outside with this jacket and be totally okay. All right. Finished the look off with Mzure accessories and a pair of Ralph Lauren tortoise shell sunglasses. All right. And that is my ensemble. Now, fragrance of the ensemble is pretty much fragrance of the episode as well. Plenty of choices when we talking spring and summer. We do have fragrances that are specifically or especially for spring and summer, but I wanted to go with something that kind of I wanted a year-round fragrance that kind of leans more towards fall, but still works for spring and summer. And I did want something that was not as soft as some of our spring, summer centric fragrances, right? So I ended up landing on Rouse Club. All right. If you don't have Rouse Club, if for some reason you've never had the pleasure of smelling Rouse Club, if you go back a couple of years ago, I did do a product review for Rouse Club. All right. So all of the intricacies of how wonderful of a fragrance Rouse Club is in that review. Okay. But Rouse Club, in my opinion, is still the longest lasting fragrance in the Ralph Lauren brand, as far as me, as far as my skin, as far as my pores, all of individually, longest lasting fragrance. Now, it could be different with you. I'm not sure. I have had a few gentlemen tell me, yes, it is the longest lasting fragrance that they have. And one gentleman in particular told me he's a collector of fragrances. Like, that's one of his things. So he has the Tom Fords all the way to the Issey Miyake's, things of that nature. And he said that Rouse Club is the longest lasting fragrance he owns, period. And from the sounds of his collection, that's saying a lot. All right. But Rouse Club, fragrance of the ensemble, fragrance of the episode, it will work because it does have the proper notes for spring and summer, but it's definitely a fall winter staple. All right. And it's definitely a manly fragrance. So it's going to work. It's going to work very well. It's going to work very well for this time of year and for these ensembles that we put together, because even though you are going to see bright colors obviously throughout this episode, because we're talking about linen ensembles, all of these ensembles still scream man. All right, they still scream manly tones. Okay. I did have one idiot last week come for me, and it's cool, he's a buster, and that's just how busters are. But I did have one idiot come for me last week. He was following me. I don't follow him, so I didn't know he existed till his comment. I did have to go ahead, and before I got in his ass a little bit, I did have to go ahead and check his page out. And, less than 100 followers. I shouldn't even be talking to you really when you're coming on my page with negativity. But what I really noticed was that he's more of a double RL guy when it comes to Ralph Lauren. He's more of a double RL guy. He's more of a workwear as far as the ensembles or whatever. So, and he's from probably somewhere up top or something. So the nuances that come along with the Southern gentleman, he's not going to understand, right? That's not something that he's going to understand. So he's going to be limited in where his brain can go outside of a pair of coveralls or denim and a chambray shirt. He's not going to really be able to go outside of those lines, right? So he's not going to understand the nuances of Southern prep, being a Southern gentleman. He's not going to understand that. So it's easy for me to lean on those nuances, especially when we talk about dealing with spring and summer, because nothing has really changed. I hate spring. I mean, I dislike spring and I hate summer. It's too freaking hot. All right. Less layers. You're talking about less layering. So that's already a strike for me. But then it's just so fucking hot outside. Right. But this is something that I do. And I am, born and raised down south. So I'm able to do certain things and able to take my brain to certain places that, a cornball Jamal like this gentleman is not going to be able to go to. So, it made sense that he would he would have the type of commentary that he had, But, at the end of the day, I got in his ass. And just like any other troll or any other person that wants to speak negative on any of my platforms anyway, I can't speak for the other content creators. But if you want to speak negatively to or about me in the comment section, whatever the case may be, I'm open for suggestions, but I just prefer we do it in person. I just prefer we do it in person. I just prefer that, we put our heads together, come up with a location to meet up, and let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Maybe you can educate me. Maybe you can educate me. I would prefer that as opposed to going back and forth on the internet, man. That's, at the end of the day, that's childish. And we're not children, we're grown-ups. So, if there's something that you would like to say to me, let's link up and meet up and talk about it in person. Anywho, Lenin, part 2. Y'all ready? Me too. Man, let's go. Now, for our first rig, we only have one piece of linen. All right, we only have one piece of linen. Matter of fact, and it was just by happenstance, each rig we increase our pieces of linen by 1. All right, so rig 1, 1 piece of linen. Rig 2, 2 pieces of linen. Rig 3 for Patreon exclusive, 3 pieces of linen. Okay, so just funny how that works out. That said, this ensemble is a wear now ensemble, and just depending on the temperatures, you can still wear this ensemble throughout most of the summer. All right, only thing you might change up is you might lose the sweater, obviously, if the temperatures, because right now in Charlotte it's 85, 86. You might lose the sweater if you're not going to be out past dusk, right? Just depending on how hot it is outside, maybe mid-July, early July, you might lose the ascot. Might be a little too hot for it. Just depends on you and how you operate in the sun, right? But otherwise, this is still an ensemble that can be worn with the main pieces throughout the summer, right? And that's because this shirt here, albeit not linen, it's a very, very, very thin cotton. It's a very thin cotton. So between the print and pattern on the shirt and the fabric used and the amount of fabric used, it was definitely made for the purpose of being able to be worn during the hot summer months. All right. But this is a classic. This is a classic look, a classic. I've been around, right? I've been a few places. I would say this look can easily go over anywhere, right? This look can easily go over anywhere, right? It doesn't really matter where you are. This look is going to be appreciated any city, any state in the union, I would suspect, right? But it's definitely something that your fellow Southern gentleman or a Southern belle would recognize and appreciate maybe a little bit more than, the Westerners or the Northerners of the world, right? Your Midwesterners, they probably going to appreciate this look a little bit more as well. All right, it definitely has Southern prep nuances to it because of the way the colors just happen to pop. All right, but let's just go ahead into the look. Like I said, very classic. Relatively, to be honest, relatively subdued from the waist down. It's from the waist up that we start popping colors. All right, and the marriage is it's perfect. All right, start at the bottom. We went with a pair of casual dress shoes. All right, brown tassel loafers. All right, To be specific, Merlot, almost an oxblood brown mix, brown blend. All right. But I do remember the box before. This is one of the few pairs of shoes that I no longer had a box to, but I do remember the box saying brown. All right. Brown leather dress shoes. You can go socks or no socks here. I decided to go socks just because the overall look to me is whimsical. So I wanted to have a whimsical pair of hosiery to go along with it. All right. So I went with royal blue socks that have floral patterns on them. All right. Our linen piece is these pants. All right. I did have these pants tailored to a slim fit with a beautiful taper. All right. But these are 100% linen pants. All right. Beautiful cream hue. As far as I know, you can't see through these pants. They are lined to the upper mid thigh. But as far as I can tell, you can't see through these pants. Now, I say as far as I can tell because I'm a dark-skinned brother. So because these are of a lighter hue, cream, white, it's you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Because my legs are dark brown, I couldn't tell you whether or not these are see-through. But anywho, I went with a braided belt. All right. You could do a more traditional belt if you like. It's no problem. Again, I wanted the whimsical look of the braided belt tied and then hanging. I wanted that whimsical, casual, we having fun here, but I'm still that guy type of look. All right. Now, as we go up, we have a Ralph Lauren Ascot. All right. The hue is a gold, and it has more like a pinwheel pattern on it in navy and Columbia blue. We have a Polo Blue Label shirt. All right, button down collared sport shirt, woven, very thin cotton. This shirt is actually just as thin, if not maybe even thinner than some of my linen shirts, to believe it or not. All right. So very thin shirt, beautiful floral patterns, navy, Columbia blue, green, pink, white, and yellow. All right. Beautiful, beautiful floral print all throughout this shirt here. I threw over a royal blue cashmere cable knit sweater and a crew neck. I threw that over our shoulders. All right. Y'all already know. When I do that, and typically when anyone does that, it serves a double purpose. All right. It serves as an accessory to the look. All right. It also, if you're going to be out and about until past the sun goes down, and maybe the temperature drops to the point where you might actually need another layer, all right, the sweater is right there for you. You're good to go. All right. But this look is perfect for the weekend. Perfect ensemble for the weekend. This is a go anywhere, do anything. It doesn't matter what it is, what's going on. Saturday, Sunday, if it's an extended weekend, holiday weekend, no matter what the case, this look is perfect for any weekend with anyone in particular or no one in particular. This look is a perfect weekend look for the current climate, the current degrees. You're going to be perfectly okay with this, and you're going to receive a lot of compliments just because, again, it's whimsical, but it's not clownish, right? We're not ODing anywhere, all right? Things are coordinated perfectly in this look, and the linen pants just they put that extra little bit of seriousness into the look that we actually need. Now, it's funny because this second rig is both more laid back than the first rig, and at the same time, it's louder. You almost wonder how is that possible, but you're seeing it. Right? The colors are popping louder in this look than in the first look, but the look itself is more laid back. The overall look itself is more laid back. Now, because this look is more matchy, right? There's more color coordination in this look. Then I would say that this look is definitely a weekend vibe, just like the first rig, but this look is probably more, I will probably do this look more if my weekend consisted of hanging out with family or hanging out with the fellas, watching whatever on, like if I'm actually spending a lot of time outside in the public, I would probably lean towards the first look than I would this particular look. All right. Just because I don't do matchy as often as I used to when my looks were more hip hop, right? When my looks was more hip hop, then it was matchy to the death. You know, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But now in my bigger age, I do less matchy and more nuance, more coordination. I'm looking at fabrics more. I'm pattern mixing more. But this particular look is a real simple look to pull off, right? Or to put together, I should say, and to pull off. But it's a real real easy look to put together, right? But it still makes a statement. It still makes a statement because, again, without ODing and going into the clown territory, it's still popping, right? It's still popping as far as the colors. It's popping. The pants are popping as far as the pattern, right? So, but there is one thing I did here, and I'm about to talk about it now. There is one thing I did here that ended up toning down the entire look just a little bit, and we're about to look at that right now. All right, start at the bottom. I went with a pair of slip-on sneakers. All right, slip-on sneakers in the stem green. All right, navy blue polo player, small polo player on the tongue. All right, white sole, white rubber sole to give you that sneaker vibe, right? No socks. You could do socks here. I will not, right? I will not. I because again, I want to keep the look simple for a reason. All right. The pants are linen pants. They are Prepster pants. They came in a classic fit. I had them tailored to a slim fit. All right. I needed a taper. I needed them taken in at the thigh. I didn't like they were overly baggy. All right. But let's talk about these Prepster pants for a minute. Elastic waistband, drawstring at the waist, right? They have pockets and, pockets on the front and on the back. So those are the features. Kangaroo pockets, flat pocket on the left side, regular button pocket on the right side. Those are the features that give it the dress casual pant look. All right, is the pockets. The pants are 100% linen. Now, the colors in the pants. All right, you have a beautiful spring orange. All right, we have a pink. We have a nice dark Columbia blue. All right, and of course we have white because the pants are white base, but we also have the Kelly green. All right, now why go with the Kelly green as the color that you want to coordinate as opposed to the orange or the beautiful pink or even the blue or even the white? It's summertime, Mr. Parker. Why not go with the summer color and bring that out and coordinate that with your shirt and your shoes, etc.? Well, you can do that. The reason that I went with the Kelly green is because the Kelly green is the darkest color. All right, I wanted to go with the darkest color to complement the pants, so I can mute the pants just a little bit. All right. If you go with pink, if you go with the orange, especially, even if you go with white, the white is not going to turn the volume up on the loudness of the pants, but that orange is. All right. Pink is. It's definitely going to turn the volume up. So your pants are going to be even louder. And we're speaking figuratively here. The pants are going to be even louder than they already are by themselves. So I went with the Kelly green, stem green, in my footwear and in my shirt to tone down the pants. All right. It doesn't tone them down a lot, but it tones them down enough that they're not just overwhelming the rest of your ensemble. All right. Now, scroll up. We did go with this linen shirt here, like I said, in the Kelly green, button-down collar, 100% linen. Does have a left chest pocket with a navy blue polo player on the pocket. All right. So we coordinating with the shoes and the shirt being the exact same color with the exact same pony. Now, to finish the look off, just to give it a little bit of whimsical, a little more style to it, I went with a bow tie. All right, Rugby Ralph Lauren brown bow tie with pink skull and bones. Now, is that a necessary piece for this ensemble? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just something that I wanted to throw on with the look. It's very possible that when this look is worn this summer, there will be no neckwear worn to go along with this look. All right. But that's the importance of understanding the power of color when you're doing a color coordinated matchy ensemble, is understand there are certain colors in your loud piece that if you coordinate with that piece, it's going to turn the volume up. If you coordinate another color in that piece, it may potentially turn the volume down some. And that's what I wanted to do, because these pants really are very loud, right? They're very loud. They're cool. They're cool, but they are very loud. All right. So to turn it down, went with the darkest color that's in the pants. Now we have a great color coordinated look. It's just perfect for hanging out. It's just perfect for hanging out. If it's a situation where you need to or have to get dressed to go do something fun with a sibling, your mom or your dad, your partners, whatever the case may be, this is a perfect ensemble for that type of outing. And that's another episode in the books. Episode 198. John Lennon Part 2. John Lennon 2.0. John Lennon the sequel. Just a continuation of what we did a few weeks ago with Lennon suiting. This time we did a more casual approach to Lennon. All right, but Lennon nonetheless. All right. So what'd you guys think? Which ensemble was your favorite ensemble? All right. Was it the one I'm wearing, rig 1, 2, or 3, depending on where you're watching this? Or was it all, was it all of them, or did you not like any of them? May not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. I can appreciate that. I'm not a perfect man. Never have been, never claim to be one. But there's certain morals and principles that I stand on, right? I do not believe in tearing down another human being off of rumors, all right? I need proof. I need proof before I say, oh, he did that, or he's guilty of that, or she's that. I need proof. I need proof. I just ain't going off of somebody's word. All right. And I think it's pathetic, sad. I think it's a microcosm of where we are in society today, that you, and I'm saying you because I did not, but you build up and celebrated this song that's calling another, whether you like it or not, another black man a pedophile. That's a serious charge to put on someone's jacket, right? Somebody could say, man, Mr. Parker's an asshole. Might be, right? Should I say at best or at worst? I'm going to say at best, you might get a verbal reaction out of that from me, right? Somebody could even say Mr. Parker is a terrible father. He's a shit father. That might get a little more reaction than calling me an asshole. You say I'm a pedophile, I'm coming to see you. I'm a grown ass man, bro. You say some shit like that. I mean, that's just the way I came up, though. There's certain things you don't say to or about another man and not expect the potential of severe violence. You know, where I come from, you can't tell another man to suck your dick. You can't say that without at least expecting to get punched on, right? And depending on who the man is, you might get the entire sleeves beat off your ass. But you definitely gonna have to shoot that one. At least how I came up and the dudes I came up with, you're gonna have to shoot that one, bro. So, you got an entire state of California. Hey, you got an entire coast, the entire West Coast, dancing and crip walking and blood walking and hyphen to Not Like Us. And the song is calling another man a pedophile. This is not, and there's no proof of that. That's not cool to me, man. It's not cool to me. That's just my stance, just my opinion, man. You're welcome to your opinion and your stance on it. But just from how I was raised, nah, we don't do that. Anywho, that's my diatribe for episode 198. 199 is upcoming. It will be back to Patreon, and then we got episode 200. All right, 200. And we will be live Sunday, July 7th, 1 p.m. start time, live right here on YouTube, episode 200. All right, we're going to do a celebration of seamless style. All right, we're going to do a celebration of Ralph Lauren, the lifestyle. We're going to style some rigs, man, live and in living color. And y'all going to have the opportunity to be able to chime in via the chat and make suggestions for each ensemble. All right. I'll be giving you guys several options on different pieces that I'm thinking about using for certain ensembles, and you'll be able to chime in the chat and voice your opinion on which piece I should go with. All right. Super chats and cash apps will be welcome throughout the live. All right. Please support the channel even if you are on Patreon. Feel free to support the live as well by doing a super chat, right? Or doing a cash app during the live. If you're not on the Patreon and you're a YouTube subscriber and you've been watching faithfully, then by all means, maybe jump on the Patreon and support. It's $5 a month. Do a super chat while we going live. Do a cash app, man. Show some love, show some appreciation for Seamless Style and all that it's done for you for 200 episodes, brother, sister. You feel, man? All right, we rolling, we rocking and rolling. Artists paint pictures, haters paint narratives. So don't be no hater. Y'all have a good one.